The state of New York is famously known because of New York City. This state is in the northeastern United States. With almost 19.6 million residents, it is the fourth most populous state and eighth most densely populated as of 2023. New York ranks 27th largest state by area, with a total area of 54,556 square miles. The southeastern part of the state, known as Downstate, encompasses New York City, which is the United States' largest city, Long Island, the nation's most populous island, and the suburbs and wealthy enclaves of the lower Hudson Valley. These areas make up the New York metropolitan area and account for approximately two-thirds of the state's population. The much larger upstate area spreads from the Great Lakes to Lake Champlain and includes the Adirondack and Catskill Mountains. New York was one of the original 13 colonies that went on to form the United States. The area of present-day New York had been inhabited by Native Americans for several thousand years by the time the earliest Europeans arrived. During the American Revolutionary War, a group of colonists eventually succeeded in establishing independence, and the state ratified the then new United States Constitution in 1788. The state attracts visitors from all over the globe, with the highest count of any U.S. state in 2022. Many of its landmarks are well known, including 4 of the world's 10 most visited tourist attractions, namely Times Square, Central Park, Niagara Falls, and Grand Central Terminal. Much of New York's boundaries are in water, as is true for New York City. Among the total area of New York State, 13.6% is water. 4 of its 5 boroughs are situated on 3 islands at the mouth of the Hudson River, namely Manhattan Island, Staten Island, and Long Island, which contains Brooklyn and Queens on its western end. The climate for most of the state is a humid continental climate, though New York City and Long Island have a humid subtropical climate. Upstate New York experiences warm summers, with long and cold winters. Western New York receives heavy lake-effect snows before the surface of Lake Ontario itself is covered by ice. Summer daytime temperatures range from the high 70s to low 80s over most of the state. In winter, temperatures minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit or lower can be expected in the Northern Highlands and 5 degrees Fahrenheit or colder in the southwestern and east-central Highlands. New York was the most populous state in the U.S. from the 1810s until 1962. As of 2024, it is the nation's 4th most populous state behind California, Texas, and Florida. But the growth has been distributed unevenly. The New York metropolitan area, Buffalo, Niagara Falls metropolitan area, Saratoga County and Capital District are growing, while Rochester, Syracuse, and other population centers have been losing residents and stagnant for decades. According to immigration statistics, the state is a leading recipient of migrants from around the globe. In 2008, New York had the second largest international immigrant population in the country at 4.2 million. Most reside in and around New York City due to its size, high profile, vibrant economy, and cosmopolitan culture. Plus, New York has a pro-sanctuary city law. In the 2020 census, the population of New York was 20.2 million, a 4.3% increase since the 2010 census. Despite the abundance of open land in the state, New York's population is very urban, with 92% of residents living in an urban area, predominantly in the New York City metropolitan area. New York City is the most populous city in the United States, with an estimated record-high population of 8.6 million in 2017. Long Island alone accounted for a census-estimated 7.8 million residents in 2015, representing 39.6% of the state of New York's population. When it comes to the economy of the state, New York's GDP in 2022 in the second quarter was 2.0 trillion US dollars. If the state of New York were an independent nation, it would rank as the 11th largest economy in the world. However, in 2022, the multi-state New York City-centered metropolitan statistical area produced a gross metropolitan product of over 2.16 trillion US dollars, the largest metropolitan economy worldwide and behind the GDP of only 9 nations. Anchored by Wall Street in the financial district of Lower Manhattan, New York City has been called both the most economically powerful city and the leading financial center of the world. Lower Manhattan is the third largest central business district in the United States and is home to the New York Stock Exchange, on Wall Street, and NASDAQ, representing the world's largest and second largest stock exchanges, respectively. New York City remains the largest global center for trading in public equity and debt capital markets, driven in part by the size and financial development of the U.S. economy. When it comes to exports, New York has a wide variety of goods, such as prepared foods, computers and electronics, cut diamonds, and other commodities. In 2007, the state exported a total of $71.1 billion worth of goods, with the 5 largest foreign export markets being Canada, $15 billion, the United Kingdom, $6 billion, Switzerland, $5.9 billion, Israel, $4.9 billion, and Hong Kong, $3.4 billion. New York's largest imports are oil, gold, aluminum, natural gas, electricity, rough diamonds, and lumber. The New York agriculture industry is a major producer overall, ranking among the top 5 states for agricultural products including maple syrup, apples, cherries, cabbage, dairy products, onions, and potatoes. The state is the largest producer of cabbage in the U.S. In 2017, the state of New York consumed 156,370 gigawatt-hours of electrical energy. Downstate regions such as Hudson Valley, New York City, and Long Island consumed 66% of that amount. Upstate regions produced 50% of that amount. The peak load in 2017 was 29.6 megawatts, considering the resource capability was 42.8 megawatts. Among all New York-based colleges and universities, Cornell University and Columbia University, both Ivy Leagues, are the most selective schools, and both are world-renowned private universities. New York University in Manhattan also ranks highly among New York state-based universities. Other notable large private universities include Syracuse University and Fordham University. Clearly, New York stands as a global powerhouse and has a rich history, cultural diversity, and economic opportunities that continue to attract people from around the world, making it a true melting pot. Despite challenges such as income inequality and infrastructure needs, New York is a destination many more people want to go to. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to see more. Lastly, you can watch any of the videos shown on screen, and I will see you next time.